G'day guys, Butcher Jerd here, and this is a topside. So first I'm going to show you how we prep this up, ready for retail, and then we'll do a round, and then we'll do a silverside. So first bit, down the bottom here, we just scrape enough under that, up and over, and repeat the action again basically. We're trying to reveal the cap. There you go. It's just peeling it, nice and easy. You're not trying to take too much lean, but just enough that, it can go in the sausage instead of going in the bin. See that there? That's the cap. So remove a bit there, and you can see the seam in between the two muscles there. That's your topside cap. It's nice and easy, just follow that seam along. There you go, look at that. Topside's awesome for, roast, barbecue steak, jerky, anything like that. It's just a universal cut for many different uses really. Anything lean you want to make, you can make it pretty much a topside. So we square it off here. Get a lot of get a little garbage on the top side like before you prep it, so it doesn't hurt, like trimming it a bit harder, Get a good final product. So we square it off, remove a bit of fat, and then there's a big bloody vein mess under here, so I'll show you where that is. So first we just scrape a bit of that surface fat off. And you can see that nodule of fat on the end connects up there. So it's basically runs underneath the meat there, and there's no two ways about it. Like, you basically got to remove that piece of meat and remove all that shit that goes with it. Yeah, I've seen butchers that don't worry about it, and they just cut like minute steaks, off they go, and then all of a sudden, you got about 6-7 steaks there that have like a big blood splatter through them, and like you're chewing on a vein, which isn't very good, so we get rid of that. Next up's the round. Bit of a yucky face. This buttered beef was in the dry age fridge for about 6 weeks, so everything's pretty dry. So we flip it around till we find this side. I like this side. It's nice, easier start. So there you go, look at that. And you just peel that skin, and then once you got a good grip, you can sort of use your knife to peel it away a bit more like that. And then you can basically just pull it, and it will come 3/4 off. Look at that, easy as. You just keep pulling it. Just work it down as you pull. If you get a bit of resistance, just give it a little cut and pull it again. You'll get most of it off this way. When it's not a dry age butt, it's a lot easier. So there you go, just feeding that around. Not too much prep work with the round, you just got to face it, especially if it's dry age like this one. So we've got to face that really yucky face you saw at the start. Take the cap off, and there's a bit of a fat underneath and like a membrane off the bone. So you just got to remove those 3 things really. So there's the cap. Should be burger once we clean it up. You can remove this silver skin off it if you want as well. For us, I don't see the point. We're going to run this through the tenderizer anyway, so it's going to break it all apart. But if you wanted to make a cleaner job, or you wanted to do jerky or something, take all that silver off as well. So that fat's only probably the last, I'd say 2 inches. 2 inches of the primals where that fat cap is. You don't have to dig too hard to find it. There's that membrane we were talking about on the bone. So remove that. And that's it. There's your round steaks. Gorgeous. Bloody cheap steak, this one. So if you're ever on a budget, we used to do these actually in the oven on a low temp, like mushroom gravy. This is our steak back in the day. All right, silverside. This is an unprepped silverside. So you got the gravy beef in there, you got the Dorello, your eye round, and then you got your outside flat or your silverside. So you see that big nodule of fat? We're just working around that. There is a seam there, you can see. Just working around that, peeling it down. Basically, when we hit the end of that outside flap, that's where I usually just square it off like that. This is a big nodule of fat on the end of this thing, so we'll scrape that off there. Trim up the excess, and this is your heel muscles. This is awesome for all your dice, your curries, even pulled beef. This is top notch. One of my favorite cuts. I love all those, those hard working muscles that you can slow cook. The smoke, they're awesome. Alrighty, so we get the silver off. You cannot eat this, Some people leave it on for, silverside, corn silverside generally is the term. But, we take it off. It's pretty much inedible, so best off just getting rid of it. Which is cool. And then what are we up to now? I didn't actually do a full playback before I started doing the voiceover, so I'm learning with you. Oh, that little nodule. So that's off when you only on body beef. So that's when you pull the pull the silverside off the rump, you get left with that little nodule where the bone used to sit into, which is like a really hard cartilage. So we get rid of that straight away. And then see that seam there? That seam lines up to that fat cap down there, and that is your Dorello. So you're pretty much just using your knife you're pulling with your hand and using your knife just to scrape down and just follow that seam along till it pops off. And there's your outside flat, awesome for jerky, roast, corning, heaps of stuff really. And then we've got our outside flat, our silverside. Traditionally we pump this, brine it as you were, I suppose. And yeah, people love it, they go crazy for it. Bit of dry edge surface, so we'll trim that off. And that's how we prep a butter beef, guys. That's your 3 primals. You also got a shin, which you do ossobuco or gravy beef as well, but that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys.